morning, you guys. Today's video is going to be a little bit different than my usual, so if you guys are new here, definitely stick around, hit that subscribe button, like this video. It's going to be a pet peeves video for pet peeves doing all three of the apps that I do, which is Uber, Postmates, and Doordash. I do Uber and Doordash most of the time. Postmates I turn on if it's really slow. This video is going to be the pet peeves that I have found. I'm sure there's more that I've thought of that I just can't think of, like off the top of my head. I did write them down, but if you guys know any that maybe I forgot or maybe I didn't think of, I'll let you guys know. If you put it in the comments, I'll let you know if I've ever come across that, if I thought it, if I knew that and I just forgot. So my first one is going to be, as in no order, it's going to be all out of order, where I should have probably grouped them together, but I didn't. I figured I would make this video before I start my video for the day, because I am still going to be doing a driving video. It's just I wanted to get this out first because I did not work yesterday. Yesterday was Monday. So hopefully I'll be able to go home and get this video. Yeah, they're trying to send me a Walmart grocery order. It ain't happening, Captain. No way. But the first one is going to be no lights on when it's dark. So Thursdays and Fridays I deliver when it's dark outside, and maybe I'm gonna say more than 2 of the customers will have no porch light on, no house lights. So luckily, like, I can roll down my window and see, like, oh, this is the house. Sometimes the house numbers will be on, not the house numbers, but the numbers will be on the mailbox, so that helps a little bit. But if it's dark, I'm walking up there in the dark, no lights. I have to use my own flashlights on my phone, and that's not cool. Like, I shouldn't have to. I know I have it, but I shouldn't have to, you know? If you're expecting food, why wouldn't you leave your porch lights on? Or an outside light, something, even the garage lights. You know, if it's a common courtesy to leave the outside lights on, so I'm not fumbling over bushes, or maybe there's like a stick there. Who knows? The pebbles in the driveway might be messed up, the bricks, which has happened sometimes. Sometimes I'm like, you know, trying to take a picture and not paying attention, and I do trip. The next one is going to be no gate code, which I just ordered Uber this weekend, and I forgot to leave him the gate code. And I usually send it to them when they're almost like to the gate, because I track them religiously. I'm like constantly checking the app, like, where are they at? Where are they at? But he had 2 orders. He had mine and somebody else's, because it said that he had stops along the way. So I automatically knew that, hey, he's on a double order. So I checked it, and he was still in Claremont, right? And I don't live in Claremont. I live outside of Claremont. So all of a sudden, he's messaging me, I need the gate code. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Last time I checked, you were in Claremont still. So I gave him the gate code. So I was a bad person for that. But that is a pet peeve, because sometimes you get to the gate, and a lot of the neighborhoods now, I've kind of realized, like, who needs a gate code and who doesn't. Sometimes the gates will be open, so that's good. Sometimes people don't answer. I have to call a couple times. I have to text a couple times. So then here I am waiting outside the gate for a couple minutes when I could have been done with that delivery. So not leaving the gate code is a big headache sometimes. So that would be a pet peeve of mine. Number 3 I have is long waits at the restaurants. And that's going to go with another one I have as number 12, but I'm going to do it together. So if I go into a restaurant and in my order says it's supposed to be picked up by, I'll say 10:18. I'm there at 10:17, okay? My order is not ready. 10 minutes later, my order is not ready. 15 minutes later, my order is not ready. By this point, I've already texted the customer, so I'm like, I would feel bad if I got off of the order. So it's just crappy that you don't have the common courtesy to be like, hey, this order is going to be like another 15 minutes if you want to get off of it, which restaurants should really do that, you know? So long waits, I mean, that's ridiculous. And then part of that is if you're waiting and they're like, oh, 5 more minutes. So I'm like, all right, 5 minutes isn't bad, I'll wait. So after the 5 minutes, I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna text the customer like, hey, I'm here, but I'm still waiting for the order. And then 5 more minutes pass, so that's 10 minutes. Then 5 more minutes pass, 15 minutes. And I'm like, okay, this is getting a little freaking ridiculous. So that's another pet peeve. That's like 2 pet peeves in one, all about the wait times at the restaurant. Another one I have about the restaurant waiting is, all right, I'm in there waiting, and I've already talked to the person so they know I'm waiting for an order. All of a sudden, you know, you have people ordering food to either sit there and eat it or to get it to go. So people that have ordered after me, like after I've already talked to them and said, hey, I'm waiting for this order, which means they're ordering from Uber, Doordash, Postmates. Their food is supposed to be ready by a certain time. Most of the time, it's supposed to be ready by the time you already get there. So now these people that have ordered after my customer are getting their food before my customer is getting their food, like before I'm getting the food for the customer. Doesn't that seem a little messed up? Like, why are they getting their food just because they're there? Meanwhile, my customer already ordered 10-15 minutes ago, so their food is supposed to have already been ready. And I've seen a couple restaurants that have done that. I'm not going to call them out by name right now, but I think that's pretty crappy customer service, in my opinion. I understand people are there ordering food, but my customer already ordered their food. They're already supposed to have got their food. Why am I still waiting? So that's another pet peeve of mine. Let me see here. Another one is when I'm going to an apartment and they'll leave their apartment building number, because of course that is the actual address, but then they don't leave the apartment number. What? How am I supposed to deliver your food when there's like sometimes 15, 20 apartments all in this one building? Sometimes it's more, you know, because it depends on the apartments. Sometimes it's maybe 4, sometimes it's 6. So am I supposed to just go knock door to door? No. Now I have to text you. I have to call you. If you don't answer, then I'm waiting with your food. Like, hello. Please, 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 people, leave your apartment number. That's the only way we can get to your house, is if you leave the actual number. So that's a big pet peeve. Another one is if I'm doing Doordash and it takes me to a different zone. Sometimes if you're in a different zone, number one, they're not going to send you orders. Every once in a while they do, which is weird. And then sometimes it'll just die. Like maybe that zone that I took you to is not busy. So then it's like, you know, what's the point? Yeah, I have this delivery that I got that's going to make me this money now, but then maybe it took me 5 miles out of my zone and maybe 10 miles out of my zone, depending. I'm not going to go 10 miles out of my zone, but not willingly anyways. I know I did the other night, but that was like a mistake. But it's like, then you have to drive that 10 miles back. So you're wasting gas, you're wasting time, you're not going to get orders. So that's a big pet peeve as well. And that's with Doordash. With Uber, you can Uber everywhere. And with Postmates, you can you can Postmate everywhere. So with that, it's not as big a deal. That's strictly like a Doordash thing. Another thing is when they take you to the wrong entrance. So sometimes neighborhoods will have like a resident only entrance where you need a key or a key fob or a code to get in, and if you don't have that, you can't get in. Some of them will have like I keep wanting to say employee. Some of them will have even like a resident entrance, and then the other side of the neighborhood that we need to get in, there's no gate at all. It's like, what's the point of that? Why do you have a gate at the resident only entrance, but then the normal entrance, there's no gate? I don't understand that. So I don't like when the maps does that. Usually Uber is pretty good about sending you to the right entrance, but sometimes when you're door dashing, you use your own maps and it'll take you to the resident only entrance. Oh my goodness. And that's happened a couple times. So with one neighborhood I know now, and then another 2 neighborhoods now I know, like, you can't go to that entrance, which it still tries to take you to. So I automatically know that I have to go around the opposite way. So sometimes that adds on like 5-10 minutes to your time, because then you have to turn around and go back the opposite way. Another one I have is when the restaurant doesn't give you cup holders and you got like 4 drinks. It's like, I have a bag of food, you want me to carry 4 drinks with no cup holder? That doesn't usually happen. I've had it happen a couple times, and luckily I've had cup holders in the car. Right now I think I only have 1 extra one, but it's a pain, because then it's like you have to make a couple trips. Otherwise, I mean, I have long hair and I don't keep it up all the time because it's not good. So you know, my hair's gonna be getting all up on their drink cups and stuff, so I end up having to make a couple trips, which I don't like. All right, you guys, so I have just a couple more. I think I've went through pretty much most of them that I can think of about delivering. I probably have a couple to talk about too with the apps individually, so I'm gonna do that too. But one of them I have is for Doordash or Uber. It's actually for Doordash and Uber. I haven't had one with Postmates. I don't know if Postmates, I don't know how that would work, because I haven't really done too many Postmates orders. But it's when it says to meet at the door, and then the customer will leave a message saying, leave it at the door, leave it on the porch, leave it by the steps, or whatever. So now technically there's like no proof that you gave it to the customer, because it says to meet at the door, but then it's like leave at the door. So what I've been doing is I've been texting them a picture of it before. Like with Doordash I can do that. With Uber you can't, just because it's in the app. So I don't know if there's a way to even take a picture in the app without it saying to leave at the door. So with Doordash I've been saying, I've been texting them, and I've been texting a picture of it so that way Doordash knows. With Uber, I think it's like the opposite way, where when it's a leave at the door but then they meet you at the door. And the same thing with Doordash, when it's a leave at the door but then they meet you at the door, or they meet you at the car, you're supposed to take a picture. So if they're taking the food, how are you supposed to get a picture? I'd still take a picture of like the house or the mailbox or something, just so the website or the app knows like I was there. And then in the little notes I'll say, you know, handed directly to the customer. Just that way it's protecting my butt, because, you know, people try and get over on you. They want free food, they want free money. So, and then that, it hurts us. So I just still try to get a picture of something, just so I can verify that I was actually there giving the customer their food. All right, you guys, so that's all of the pet peeves that I could think of with delivering and stuff. I can have some with the specific apps, which with Postmates, it would be that they don't tell you any information. Their map that they give you, like when you're going to accept an order, literally gives you from point A to point B. It doesn't give you the miles that it is, how long it's going to take you, doesn't give you how much it's going to give you. And then a lot of times the tips don't come through right away. Like, I don't think I think maybe twice I've had a tip come through right away. Otherwise, sometimes it's like 2-3 weeks later I can get a tip, and that's happened to me twice. So, which is crazy to me. Like, how can you tip so much after, you know, like 3 weeks, 2 weeks, a month later, and you're tipping me? That's crazy to me. But that's pretty much it with my Postmates. for the pet peeves that I have with Postmates. With Doordash, my pet peeve or something I don't like is going to be that you have to schedule yourself. I wish you could just hit Dash Now all the time, just like Uber and Postmates. I'm not a top dasher, and I probably never will be because I do multi-app, so I feel like it's very hard. And I'm a cherry picker. I'm not gonna just take every $3 order you guys send me. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna take every Walmart grocery order you send me. And sometimes they send me like 10 back to back to back to back, and I'm like, decline, 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 decline. That would probably be another pet peeve with Doordash, is that they send me the Walmart grocery orders and I keep hitting like, no, 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 I don't want to go to this store. Like once I hit, I don't want to go to this store 2-3 times, you should totally stop sending me orders for that store because it ain't happening. Let me check my Doordash really quick. Extend. Yes, I can extend it till 1:30. Perfect. So right now I am on a Doordash. But I'm doing an Uber, so I had it paused, but it's like, oh, it's steady right now, keep dashing. But my dash was going to end at 11, so it's extended. I think that's pretty much it. With Doordash too, the $1.99 to cash out directly to your card is kind of crappy. Although I did just get my Dasher Direct card in the mail, so I set that up, so I got it the same day, but I can't use that for Cash App. I can't use it for Apple Pay or Apple Cash, whatever that's called. But Venmo works, so that was good. I think that's it with Doordash. That's like my only pet peeve, is the not being able to schedule. Like, I don't want to have to schedule. I want to be able just to dash now whenever the heck I want, you know? And with Uber, my only pet peeve is that it takes an hour to get the tip to show up, and sometimes they can lessen the tip. Of course, I love if they're gonna make it more, but if they're gonna lessen it, like, let me know like right away. Like, why make me wait an hour? I don't know. I feel like, you know, you get your food, you rate it right then when you get it because it's fresh in your mind. So I don't understand that. I think that's probably my only pet peeve. Of course, when the apps aren't working, it's kind of crappy, like when they're down or having failures, or the tips aren't showing up right away and they're sending you dashes when you're paused. But I feel like that's just like maybe the app is having a little issues. Why are you so far back, person? What is your problem? They're like 4 cars back from the freaking people in front of them. My gosh. Sorry. Anyways, I think that is going to be it, you guys. Like I said before, if you guys are new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for me. I am so close to my 1,000 subscribers. I really want to hit it by this week, you guys. Come on now. We can do it. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button on this video. And if I forgot anything, or you can think of anything extra, leave it down in the comments, so that way when other people are watching this video, they can leave theirs as well. It's probably going to be pretty much a lot of the same things I said, but maybe there is some that I missed, which I'm sure there is, because I'll be like, oh yeah, I forgot that. We'll see. Watch it. But thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys later.
A young boy being lay dreaming, and in the dream